I'm Michael Valenti, and I am the head instructor and founder of the School of Self-Defense.
Okay, so give me some basics for people who may be tuning in to watch this video. Where do you always start? You have 3 good pieces of advice.
Absolutely. So the most important thing when it comes to self-defense isn't actually the physical side at all. It's the mental side and how you kind of conduct yourself in space. I call these the 3 pillars of the art of fighting without fighting. These 3 pillars are going to be situational awareness, violence avoidance, and conflict de-escalation. If you know how to properly pay attention to your environment, then you can identify threats way ahead of time. Violence avoidance is, of course, avoiding those things.
Right.
You know, you see 2 people, you can see you're at a bar, a fight breaks out, leave the bar, something as simple as that. And then finally, probably the more tricky thing is conflict de-escalation. If you are in a conflict with someone, can you de-escalate it just verbally in a way that doesn't result in any kind of physical violence? Because the best self-defense in the world is you're not hurt and they're not hurt. If you can get both of that done at the same time, beautiful.
And safely leave.
Exactly, that's the best.
Okay.
Then we don't have any legal problems or anything like that going on.
But if somebody comes at you and attacks you,
exactly,
what advice do you have for folks?
Distance management for punch protection. That's probably one of the first pieces, right? Is that you don't want me to get too close to you. In order for me to grab you, punch you, choke you, I have to get close to you, right? So you're starting off really good that you're covering your center line. So you're creating this space between us with your hands. Something else I like to do is you take a small step back to kind of basically prevent them from getting any closer. Does that make sense? Okay. Another important aspect of that distance management is going to be, when do you act? When do you strike? Because if you wait for them to attack you, right? Well, you're going to be behind the fight.
Too late.
Exactly. And so basically, if you think about, if you were to like extend your leg like a kick, right? That is as close as the bad guy gets to you without you responding to them. Okay? Because I can't hit you from here. In order for me to hit you, I have to move to you. Right?
Right.
So if you keep that space, you are relatively safe. Okay? But the second I enter into that bubble, you have the right to respond. Okay? And obviously the eye strike is going to be the most effective tool. Now
explain that to me.
So don't think about 3 Stooges.
Okay.
Don't think about this, because that's very what we call fine motor. We want to take up all of our fingers and we want to fire them all at just one eyeball. Think about like a shotgun. That way, even if you're inaccurate, one of your fingers will be able to work their way in. That makes sense? Okay. The other important thing is that after you make that eye strike, that you either completely bridge the gap or completely make that gap huge, right?
So get away safely if you can.
Yeah. So either you, it all depends on what you're wanting to do.
Right.
If you're, for example, like you can strike the eye and then create a lot of space.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Or you can strike the eye and get very, very close and deliver things like headbutts, knees, elbows, and kind of continue the process, just depending on the situation, which once again takes training to learn how to handle every situation. Okay, so this is one of my favorite maneuvers, just kind of show people. This is a basic move that we call dancer. Okay? So I'm going to have you kind of choke me. I'm going to show you dancer first, and then I'm going to kind of walk you through it.
Okay. So come up.
Yeah, so somebody comes and they're strangling you in this fashion. All right? So a lot of times you see people, they'll fight against this arm a lot. But once again, that's fighting power with power. I'm not a big fan of that. So what I do, just like anybody would, I grab up and I hold this tight because I'm trying not to get choked, right? But there's a little back door over here, and that's actually where I want to go out. I take a small step sideways, and I step my foot through this, and I drop my head low to move myself out that back door. Okay, from here, I can strike the eye, I can throw an elbow, I can side kick to the knee, and of course, if there's a good avenue to run, I can run. Because if there's a door right behind me, I'm out.
So what did you do?
Right? So yeah, let's go through that footwork real quick. Okay, so stand next to me. All right, so we're going to take our right foot, and this is assuming that they're choking with their right arm. Okay. We're going to take our right foot, we're going to step it out. Okay, then we're going to take our left foot and step to about 4 o'clock, just like this. Now bend at your waist as much as you can, and then unwind and bring your head up. Okay, that makes sense? So if I'm here, and I have this basic choke on you, you're going to step out, take that foot forward, now bend a lot, and you just move right out that hole. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Now one thing I saw...
It might be kind of hard once you get down.
Well, the thing is, you have to turn your head in towards them.
Okay, is that what it is?
Right? Okay. So as you make this movement, turn your head so your nose faces my ribs.
Okay, so boom.
Step out, boom. See how you just pop right out?
Yep.
Okay, this little maneuver combined with other offensive tools is going to be one of the most effective ways to get out of a lot of situations. Because for example, let's say I put you in a escort position where I'm here, that exact same maneuver pulls you out of this. As I go to push you, you get pulled out. Of course, the classic women's self-defense is the crazy man choke from behind. Some guys over here, I call it unwanted shoulder rubs. Right? Same thing. Take a step out, and you just duck out from underneath. Should go underneath it. Good. Yeah, like that. I know I'm messing up your hair.
No, it's good. I'm like,
right? But what I like about this maneuver, dancer, is that you can do it in a lot of different situations. So we call this motion grouping. That makes sense? It's really important though to understand is that like this video online or a video on your guys' news show, that's not enough self-defense. Self-defense is just like any other physical activity that the more you do it, the better at it you will get.
Right.
There is not a set time limit that like, how long do I have to study this before I'm good? There is not a set time limit for that. Everybody is different, and everybody, I always consider kind of like working out, right?
Yes.
That, you know, you can get in perfect shape and then stop working out, and then we will slowly but surely deteriorate. It's one of those things that you really should be continuously studying self-defense in some fashion.
and just for anyone who watches this video, they do have a free class. Tell us about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's actually the 25th of this month, and it's at 6 p.m. here at Destination Health. In Carmel, yeah. And all the information to that is on our website, theschoolofselfdefense.com.
Yeah, and we'll put a link for it on our website as well. Thank you so much.
Very good.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely.